This video contains strong language and may not be suitable for all viewers. Viewer discretion is advised. Prince Harry wants financial independence. He wants to prove that he can make it on his own. With the skills that he has, this is the type of job that he will probably end up with. Why would Prince Harry give up a life of power and prestige to have a life of uncertainty? I know that Harry is known as the prince, but is he really a prince, or is he just a plain old frog? There's an old saying, fruit don't fall too far from the trees. And maybe the behavior that Harry is exhibiting, it is something that is just in him. And why is Prince Harry so head over heels with Meghan Markle, a woman he met in 2016? I feel as if that by Prince Harry being inexperienced with experienced women, he fell into a trap that many men have fell in. Some women are very good at what they do. Some women know how to get a man's attention and to hold that attention. And while the man is standing there mesmerized and hypnotized, he loses himself. See, in Proverbs 2:18, it speaks about certain women. And it says that none who go to her come back, nor do they regain the paths of life. See, some women's houses you go to, their house is set up to trap you in. They set the house up to where you have good times all the while you're there. Only for a short time, though. There's going to be drinks. There's going to be drugs. There's going to be partying and laughing. But in the end, there will be only destruction because you have strayed so far off the path that it's going to be nearly impossible for you to catch back up. And I sit back and I have observed Meghan Markle. I look at how she looks in Harry's eyes. I look at how she presents herself. Her speech, nice and calm. This woman is good. This woman is excellent. She will be a hell of a prostitute, I'm telling you. Because I'm telling you, this woman knows how to please a man. Her mother taught her well. Because this girl got all the tricks. In Proverbs 5:3-5, it says that, for the lips of a forbidden woman drip honey, and her speech is smoother than oil. But in the end she is bitter as wormwood, sharp as a two-edged sword. Her feet go down to death. Her steps follow the path to hell. So Prince Harry, he ain't nothing but a rookie. Because I'm telling you, Meghan probably sat there crossing her legs back and forth, gave Harry a little peep of them panties, and then when she got the opportunity, hey man, she went to work on him. And this cat was not ready for that. And next thing you know, he on about he's ready to get married. And now that they've gotten married, he's ready to leave the kingdom. Fool, fool, fool. Check it out what it says in Proverbs 7:21. With much seductive speech, she persuades him. With her smooth talk, she compels him. All at once he follows her, as an ox goes to the slaughter. And that's what this man is doing. He's following her away from the kingdom to be slaughtered by life. It reads on and says that or as a stag is caught fast till an arrow pierces its liver, as a bird rushes into a snare. He does not know that it will cost him his life. And now, O sons, listen to me, and be attentive to the words of my mouth. Net, let's not your heart turn aside to her ways. Do not stray into her paths. This man, he rushed right into her paths. And I'm really thinking that this man himself is not royalty because he does not think like a person that's in a royal family. See, when the Lord gets angry with you because you keep on being disobedient and messing up, he will let you fall into some of these traps. Proverbs 22:14 says that the mouth of forbidden women is a deep pit. He with whom the Lord is angry will fall into it. And you, like I said, you have to ask yourself, why is he doing all of this? Why would he allow himself to be led by this woman? And you might ask, why is the Lord angry with him? Well, let's look at it like this. We all know that the crap that goes on in that palace, the Queen of England, the Rothschilds, we already know about all that. By him being in, he has an opportunity to make changes in that. But he would just rather go run and hide. And as I say, there's been rumors about who he is, really. And I just don't feel as if this man is actually a king or prince on the inside. He's a regular, average Joe that they're trying to push off as a prince. I mean, Meghan Markle probably did some things this man he never even dreamed about. Showed him that monkey and just did some things that only he see on Pornhub. And now his nose is wide open and there is no turning back. Ecclesiastes 7:26 says that. And I find something more bitter than death. The woman whose heart is snares and nets, and whose hands are fetters. He who pleases God escapes her, but the sinner is taken by her. I know y'all love y'all boy Prince Harry, but the man was born in sin. I mean, there's a lot of stories about who his father actually is, and his mother was married into the family. She's not a prince. After she got married, she was a princess, but biologically, birthright, she is not a princess. And even though it's her son, he is not prince either. He is the son of a commoner. That is why he just never felt being a part of the family, never fit in. People say, oh, because his mother got killed. I don't believe that. Fruit don't fall too far from the trees. The mother did not feel comfortable being in the royal family because she was a commoner. Just as though Meghan Markle does not feel comfortable being in the royal family because she is a commoner. And this man is not exhibiting blue blood at all. In Nehemiah 13:26, it says that, did not Solomon, king of Israel, sin on the account of such women? Among the many nations, there was no king like him. Well, there was no other prince like him. I mean, people liked him. They felt sympathy for him because his mother was, killed and all this type of stuff. So people liked him. But he always made kind of silly decisions. When you are a child and your parents give you instructions and you go against those instructions, in actuality, you are sinning. And here is Prince Harry following behind the dress tail of a foreign woman. Harry doesn't know about this woman. I mean, he knows, but then again, he really doesn't know because he doesn't have the experience to actually know. This woman has been married before. She's been dating. She's been around. But in spite of that, she does not know the ways and customs of Prince Harry's people. And she cannot handle the pressure of being Prince Harry's wife because you're going to have people that are jealous or whatever. They're going to try to separate you and break you up. You cannot run and hide. One thing about trouble, you cannot run and hide from trouble because wherever you go, trouble is right there waiting on you. His trouble started when he broke protocol. And I wonder, does he ever think about that? A lot of men don't because he's so much in love when they meet a woman. But think of all the trouble that you've been in through since you met this woman. How much trouble were you in before you met the woman? You may think you're happy now, but you were really happier before you met the woman. Now you have to spend all this time protecting her, running here and there, all this mess you have to go through by people saying this and that to her. It upsets your life, but you don't really see that right now. You think you're in love, you think you are protecting this woman, but man, you are really messing up yourself. In Kings it talks about people marrying these foreign women, these pagans. Women, people that worship pagans. A lot of times you see beauty in a person, but that person is not really for you. Because like I say, beauty is on the skin deep. But this is what it says about dating those type of women, marrying them. It says that you shall not enter into marriage with them, neither shall they with you. For surely they will turn away your heart after their gods. Solomon clung to these women. And as I said, is that fruit don't fall too far from the trees. Because Harry's mother, Diana, she made bad decisions too. They were having problems in their relationship. She acted like she didn't know why. But looking at the baby, I see why now. Charles probably knew that she was cheating around on him and had this baby, which is now Harry. Because they don't look nothing alike. I'm one of those kind of people. I look at a person, oh, it's my new baby, that's his baby. And I look at that baby, and I look at the parents. Hey, man, you can't fool me. You might can fool that damn fool you got. But that ain't his baby. And Harry is not Charles' baby. I really feel that Prince Harry will go through the same thing so far as with Meghan because Meghan is not faithful. She might be good at what she does, but being faithful is not one of them. She's been married before, had boyfriends. Okay, what happened with that relationship? And now that she's married to the prince, that don't mean shit. That's just another notch on her belt. But you can look and see that Prince Harry in no way resembles Prince Charles. But he looks a lot like James Hewitt. So I'm not trying to rag on Prince Harry's, well, formerly Prince Harry's mother, but that woman was no princess, man. That woman was a slut. I mean, that's the only. Hey, man, I know sluts need love too, and then sometimes them sluts can sneak in, and some of them can stay in. Some of them are ready to retire from their slutting, and then hey, man, they meet the right guy, they'll stop. But some of them can't stop because that is something that is a part of them. But this all started from Prince Charles' decision to even mess with Princess Di. And now that Princess Di is no longer with us, and now that her son Harry is no longer a prince, well, maybe it's a good way to get rid of all this, man. Because I really don't believe the man was a prince anyway. You know, to keep the royal family from being embarrassed, they just went along with it. And so they never really said nothing about the if that child is really Prince Charles or not. Everybody just went along with it. That's why I really feel as if he's not Prince Harry's child, because he does not even act like a prince, for one. He doesn't want to be there. It's not in his blood. It's in his blood to be a commoner. And that's what he wants to be. It's in his blood to be a simp. The type of man that runs behind his woman and lets his woman call the shots. Prince Harry got these stubborn ways from his mother, Princess Di, because while she was the princess, she did things her own way. And those ways is what led to the different relationships and love affairs Princess Di had, and it led to her untimely death as well. People have made claims that it was a paparazzi, but why would they be speeding like that just to get away from some photographers? It doesn't make sense. Let's just hope when it comes to tragic deaths, Prince Harry does not follow in his mother's footsteps. When I look at some of those photos of Meghan Markle in her childhood, the years has certainly been nice to her. She looks nothing like she did as a child, especially by the hair and the nose. Did she get some type of plastic surgery? But she looking rather Europeanish. Meghan Markle is not some innocent little girl. She's been around the block a few times, just like Princess Di. And I don't really think that the royal family accepted Princess Di, just like they really didn't accept Meghan Markle. Meghan Markle is overestimating her power, and she is underestimating the Queen's power, because we all feel that this will not end well. You know what happened to Princess Di? Prince Harry was already rebellious. But after he met this woman, he just went on ahead and said, let's sever ties with the kingdom. He could never do that because he is part of the kingdom. His child, baby Archie, is a direct heir to the kingdom. When you think about it, there are just too many similarities between his life and his mother's life. The decisions he made and the decisions his mother made. If these two people should end up dead somewhere, I am willing to bet you that baby Archie will survive. It's just sad seeing a man that are basing his decisions on how he operates in life on how his woman feels. He won't do what is right because he's afraid that it would offend his wife. What man would turn down power for love? And this is all fake love. Prince Harry has to ask himself, if I was just an old regular guy, the waiter, or the guy that drives an Uber car, would Meghan Markle have still dated me? Would she still looked at me with those soft eyes? I'll answer that for you right now. Hell no. So why would she want to convince you to stop being part of the royal family if that is what attracted her to you? One thing about people that are Satan, or Satan himself. He can't force his way in. He has to be invited in. You know that this union would not end well, but yet and still you go on as a sheep led to slaughter. As we used to say years ago, you ain't nothing but a chump, an all-day sucker.